Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sabbath. So I feel very burdened to talk to you guys about something that happened to me earlier this week that was very frightening. I'm still upset about it, but I feel led to share with you guys to warn you. If God doesn't tell you to help someone who looks homeless or has issues, if they're asking for money, they look homeless, and your compassion, like you start having compassion for them and wanting to help them. If God doesn't tell you to help them, don't help them. Walk away. And as hard as it is, as we as Christians, God tells us to help the homeless. But a lot of the people that are around us are not human. They're demons or turning into demons. They're witches. They're warlocks. Unfortunately, that's the world we're in right now in the end days. And this homeless man, I was out shopping for something and he was outside the store, and I had compassion on him because it was freezing and he was asking for food. So I just felt like I wanted to help him. And against the warnings I already received, about not trusting all the homeless people, because of that reason, that some of them are witches and warlocks, and some of them can be demons in human form. I tried to help this guy and he got very close to me, and the conversation turned dark very quickly when I was near him. I don't want to give the full details because I'm still upset about it, but I need to warn you guys. He started saying I tried to start witnessing to him, and I was going to get him some food, and he was next to me, and I was trying to witness to him. And we eventually got behind the place I was going to give him food, and it was dark, literally one street light on, back alleyway, no one around. And he started telling me extremely satanic things, like, I don't feel comfortable even repeating what he was saying, but they were obviously satanic, and he was using some witchcraft terms, and he was trying to say that God told him to learn how to be a magician to help to defeat the enemy. And I know that was a total lie from the pit of hell, and it was so satanic and blasphemous. I told him I can't help him, that he's a warlock. And one thing I know for sure, this guy was a warlock. And I tried to help him, and he ended up being extremely satanic. And not only that, I'm 99% sure that he's a demon. Because no person with a human soul that can still be saved could say the things that he did while smirking or trying not to laugh. Because while witnessing to this guy, that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to hide it. And in my horror, I realized that I was helping someone that is probably a demon. And I immediately started praying because I was terrified. This guy could have stabbed me in 2 seconds and no one would know. I would just bleed out in my car, like in the back alleyway. And all I wanted to do was to help a homeless person because it was freezing outside. And I was praying really hard. I prayed that God would send angels down, that God would protect me. And I told, and eventually the guy just walked away because I told him I can't help him and all this stuff, that he's satanic, a warlock, that I'm done. Like, it's finished. Like, this exchange is done. I'm not buying you food. Like, get out of here, pretty much. And I didn't say the get out of here part, but my face said it. And by the grace of God, this man just walked away, and it was pitch black, no one else around. We were behind the food establishment that I was going to buy him food. And I was so frightened. I started crying, and I called two powerful people in the Lord, and they prayed over me. They renounced and denounced anything satanic that person might try to get to me through witchcraft, through anything that I might have given him an opening access to me to. And I've re-anointed my car. I re-anointed myself. I re-anointed everything attached to me, and I rebuked it in Jesus' name. And God protected me. But it was a very frightening experience. And I just wanted to share this experience with you, even though I'm embarrassed that I fell for another trap of the enemy. I learned a hard lesson that unfortunately we can't trust everyone around us, especially, I know this is common sense to most of you guys, but for someone who's like me, who's very compassionate and merciful, if you see someone freezing on the street, you want to help them with all your heart, you know? And I know a lot of the homeless people, brothers and sisters, well, I know someone who had a dream that homeless people would get forced the abomination left and right. And I was just thinking about that in that moment and wanting to help that person. And the main mistake I made in all this exchange, I never prayed first and asked God if I could help him. I just helped him because my compassion ruled over pausing, walking away from the person and praying and asking God if I can help this person. So if someone who seems to be homeless, no matter what they say their situation is, oh, this is going on, oh, this is going on, I have no friends, I have no family, no food, no water, can you do this, can you do that? Walk away and pray before you do anything to help that person, because they might be a demon or a witch. And if they're human with a human soul, they can still be saved. But don't do anything as far as giving them anything unless God tells you to do it, because you can find yourself in a very scary situation. So I just wanted to get this warning out there. I've experienced firsthand, unfortunately, that not all of the people that need help are human, that try to interact with you, especially the homeless. Not especially the homeless, they're everywhere. But people who you want to help, they end up being very, very satanic. So please use spiritual discretion and discernment, and never let your compassion for someone override spiritual discernment and asking God first. I don't want this to put fear in you guys. That's why I put the Bible verse first. I encourage you guys to memorize 2 Timothy 1:7, which says, "For the Lord has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind." Remember to anoint yourselves, anoint your friends and family members, especially who can be saved, and anoint your children. Teach them these things, in a way you can. Warn everyone. Share this video with everyone. This is what happened to me when I tried to help a homeless person. And I used to be a lot more trusting, and I was put in a lot of vulnerable situations. I would give homeless people rides. Like if it was freezing cold, I would try to help people. We can't do that anymore unless God tells us to do it. We can't, because a lack of discretion in the end times could cost us greatly. And this isn't to put fear in anyone, this is to just make you guys more aware. And if you guys forgot about the warnings that Change is Coming Soon channel put out, or other Saints of God put out, demons are everywhere. They can be disguised as a person who needs help on the street. They can be disguised as a local lady at the grocery store, or demons. Demons are everywhere around us. And so please stay prayed up and keep your full armor on. Have your faith in Jesus, and don't do anything without the Lord. Pray about everything before you do anything. That's the main moral of this, the main point of this entire video. So I hope you guys have a good Sabbath and keep looking up, because Jesus is coming back. Bye.